Some big changes are about to happen inside of Emerald County this year, as you may be able to guess from the fact that this lighthouse is currently being covered up by stone and the size of this seawall now coming in. A lot of what we have built over the last year and a half is about to be covered up and replaced with brand new builds to make Emerald County the biggest and best world I possibly can. So to start 2025 and to say goodbye, so you can actually recap everything that I have done in Emerald County since the beginning, because of how long it has been since the last episode, I think it is time to do another world tour. So let's get into it. So let's start off the tour with all the old builds that are about to be covered up in this brand new expansion of the city. And let's start where the whole world began, right here with the starter base. As you can see, it is pretty bad. It is actually the first starter base I ever built in a world. And I know what you're thinking. I've got so many worlds before. I've been playing Minecraft for over 10 years. How is this my first starter base? Well, it's because all my other starter bases used to be dirt shacks for the first couple of nights. And then I'd go on for the massive builds later. And most of the time, I never even made it to killing the End Dragon before restarting my world. This is the first world where I've actually gone all the way through and stayed dedicated to it. It's my longest lasting world ever. But this starter base has a very fascinating story. It was actually built when the direction of Emerald County, or as it was called then, Let's Play Minecraft Season 2, was going to be completely different. When I built this starter base, I was originally going to make this world sort of at the scale of modern hardcore worlds in Minecraft. Massive beacons, redstone farms. Like, I think the original inspiration was SB737's world, his hardcore series. That was my original inspiration for this world. It could just show how much this has changed. And that was amplified by this over here, which is actually the beacon plan that I had. So originally, this village was going to be transformed, massive village of trading halls. I was really focusing on becoming rich inside the world. And as you can see, I very much did focus on that for a very long time. These beacons, there's a lot of gold, iron, emerald, diamond, and netherite here that I will be digging up. And it's insane to see how much this world has changed over time. All this is going to be covered up. I'm going to collect all this stuff. But again, this was the first trading hall, I believe, that I never finished as part of a long play, as I think I was going to call it. What it was going to be was just very long sessions of me just building a random build in this village. And again, these builds are very, very lackluster. They're not great at all, are they? It's hard to believe that the same year I built that was also the year that I built EDF headquarters, which is very telling of how little of a life I had in 2023. But also, we've got to go over here to probably the build where the entire direction of the world was going to change. As you can see here, this is the old tree farm area. All this is taken down for when we cover up the entire area. But let's go over to the Garden Islands. Our first bridge built in April 2023 again. Let's go over to the Garden Island, which was our starter farms actually, and it is not that great of a build anymore, but it's the first build where I really focused on the detailing of the world. We started it off with the End Dragon monument, put these starter farms around, which I never used, put on some lighthouses for decoration, and then probably my most prized build at the time was this over here, the 250 subscriber milestone monument, which was achieved on the 17th of May 2023, I believe. That is right, 17th of May. As you can see, I just built a 250 subscriber play button in my Minecraft world, and it just shows how much different the world direction is going to be. Like, this isn't a realistic build. The entire world now is focused on realism, making it a really intricate world. But let's go over to the lighthouses, which were originally going to be the entrance into the dockyard, but not this dockyard. When I built these lighthouses, we were going for a very fantasy style of the world. The dockyard was originally going to be medieval, with massive sail ships, all wooden cranes, stuff like that. And then we restarted it and put in some cranes and some small little dock areas. And then once again, last year, we restarted again and built this as well, which again, you can see my building skills have improved, but this is still not the best. And now, a year later, the dockyards at Emerald City are going to be no more. At least, not here. They might go out. Really, I'm planning on doing a massive industrial dockyard over that way on the other end of the city with a new EDF headquarters and everything like that. But now, I think we should go in to the actual city, which is where Emerald County really started to grow. As you can see here, let's start with the original part of the city and the Capitol building, which was originally a build that I did in a server I was on, I believe. I think it was I don't know which one it was. It was the Empire's version of the server, but I don't remember what season it was. But I built this thing in the server, and then got told by the server admin that it was going to be resetting. And I was really proud of the build at the time. It was probably my favourite build ever. So what I did was, in a period of 2 days, I took all the dimensions of the one in the server and placed it right here in the sky of Emerald County. And little did I know that all of this was going to grow out because of that. And then we did another build over this way, which is also from that same server. This is from Season 2 of the Minecraft server. People who did watch the streams back then, I'm not sure if I was streaming this, like when this season was. I'm not sure I was streaming on YouTube or Twitch. But this was the Temple of Apollo in the server. And it was like a massive temple. We had like, it was definitely an Empire's themed server at the time. I believe it was called Lafar or something like that. We were really far away from spawn, hence the name. And me and two of my friends who were on the server, we just built this. I have no idea why. I remember something about building an empire. That's all I really remember about it. And then again, when that server ended and I wanted to get a monument into this city to sort of build a base for how wide the city was going to be, I put in the Temple of Apollo, made it the vault, which is why there's, I believe there is, diamond armor, enchanted golden apples, a random amethyst block. I believe I was going to do a wall of VIP subscribers or something like that. Yep, wall of the honoured, as I called it. But this is very funny how I built this, because if you look between the Capitol building and the vault, that was originally going to be the width of this city. This grass bit here was going to go along here, end about here, go along, back to the edge of this bit. This was the original perimeter of the city. EDF headquarters, the old one, with the old sort of border of the city. And as you can see, that border is very much gone out. So let's start with the main part, the oldest part of the city. Here we have two very detailed manor houses, I'd say, big townhouses. These were put in last year, not at the start of the city. What was originally here were two very bad builds in that style and a massive clock tower, which was a mob farm going off straight that way. So I rebuilt all this area around last year when I started to focus and rebuild Emerald City. But what I'm going to do now is actually preserve this part of the city. I'm going to finish off this build, but around here, I'm not going to destroy anymore. I'm not going to rebuild these parts. Old ADF headquarters, all of this is going to remain how it is, like a temple, sort of like a museum to show how much my building skills changed in 1 year. But finally, in this part of the build is the old EDF headquarters, which I remember doing a mini series on this build back in August 2023. At the time, it was the best build I've ever done in my eyes. I absolutely loved it. And now looking at it, it is so ugly. I have no idea what I was thinking when designing it. Like, for this to be a headquarters, it is very, very small to be a headquarters compared to what I'm now building for the new one. And if we come up here, we have the original Operation Emerald County. This was the first plan, I'm going to say, Operation Emerald County, which has now been scrapped. But I'm going to keep this here as a tribute to show how much the world's changed. I really want to build in lore by just adding random projects that I started. It's going to be very, very cool. But as you can see here, the original Operation Emerald County. Finish the dockyard, which has now been abandoned. Finish Emerald City, which has now been expanded massively. Terraform EDF Labs, which are now going to be remodeled. Finish EDF Headquarters. I'm now making a brand new one. Finish Emerald Manor, which has now been scrapped. And a large dwarven kingdom like the Lonely Mountain from The Hobbit, which is definitely now going to be scrapped because that is a bloody massive project. I'm never doing that. So let's go back down and see the brand new part of the city, the best part of the city. So here we are in my favourite part of Emerald City right now, which is going to be renamed. No longer Emerald City. You just need to keep remembering that. Now, what I find absolutely insane is the fact that that build there, I'll show you the front elevation of this build over here. It was an EDF headquarters office area. And this is just how much I just want to show a real spark in the world. This build here and that one over here, the mud block one, were built in the same week, which is absolutely insane. I am not joking. That was built in episode 21. This was built before episode 22. It was built in the same week. It was originally going to be for the exact same video, which is absolutely insane. All these builds down this road, ignoring those ones because those were this year, all of these were built within a month of the original EDF headquarters. That is how quickly my builds just snapped into something really, really good. Because this is when I started the original Operation Emerald County, where I really wanted this world to become as detailed and as realistic as possible. And then in September 2023, I took on a massive project, which was a brand new EDF headquarters, which once again, I need to learn to speak properly. This is no longer EDF headquarters. This is now EDF Records Department. A new EDF headquarters is a really far that way. So this was built, well, the front bit was built in September 2023. The rest of it was built in February. So that sort of tells you how much I procrastinate. But just look, EDF headquarters, well, the newest one, Records Department, and the old one. Old one over here, new one there. I think they got a bit bigger than each other. And once again, old EDF headquarters behind me, that was built in August. This was built in September. I don't know what happened either. And then these skyscrapers as well made the rest of the world absolutely massive. And we've got these two here as well. But now, let's go on to EDF Labs, because this is going to be changed significantly over the next year. So let's come over here and you can see where the terraforming idea came in. Terraforming EDF Labs, that's what it's called, isn't it? I did actually start terraforming. This is actually a pretty good terraforming in my opinion, considering I've never done it before. But let's go into the lab because, oh, there's my old planning. Custom mountains around here. Go into the lab because that redstone door, I'm still proud of that to this day. This was also built during the same time as I was constructing EDF headquarters, the newer one. So let's just go through here. We have a little gatekeeper called Derek. I don't know why I chose Derek. Going through here is a very planned build. And then we have our little planet, which I dedicated to 500 subscribers on the 26th of February 2024. I also nuked the entire world, so don't think that I didn't really care as much as the 250 subscriber play button. But let's go through here. We have diamond processing, emerald processing, and that's it. Some random robots going around. But the reason I want to go through all this is because the entire build, everything, is going to be redone. I'm going to tear all of this down, and the Emerald City, pretty much, this is my vision. Emerald City is going to span all the way out here in all directions. It is a massive project now. Right now is already over 6 kilometers wide. In like, if you convert block to real life meters, it is currently 6 kilometers wide. And it is going to be an absolutely massive build. As you can already see how far it has to grow out. It has to come from here, out here, and it's going to cover the entire lab. And then what we're going to do is build a new EDF sort of area, sort of like the records department, which we're currently looking at. And inside that will be sort of offices, the main EDF labs, and then underneath I'm going to build a really massive backroom sort of inspired thing, sort of like what's underneath EDF headquarters right now, which we're going to go look at later. And then all of this will be gone. The city will expand all the way over, and it is going to be very, very cool once the city is at the scale that I want it to be. But I need to go get some more fireworks, and then we're going to go inside EDF headquarters before going on to the other 2 projects, which are one going to be scrapped and one project which is going to be started. So the only way to get into EDF headquarters right now, because of the fact that this building is completely empty, is through this skyscraper here over that connecting bridge, which is probably bad because I built this nearly a year ago. Actually, hang on, I did build it a year ago. This was in the 100 days building episode, which came out at the start of January 2024. This is going to come out bang on midnight at the start of 2025. So, yeah, a year ago is when the skyscraper was built, and this intersection connecting to EDF Center Labs, not EDF Center Labs, EDF Records Department. That's insane. But in here, it's still very empty. I still have plans for what I'm going to do. This entire build is the EDF Records Department and offices. So we have loads of like different office buildings, a hangar here. There's going to be a hangar going out there for sort of like planes to enter, stuff like that in the lore, which doesn't make any sense because there's a skyscraper in the way. But coming down here is the EDF tunnels. Again, this is the back rooms and stuff by a bit. I'm not going to touch this bit, but I am going to improve the rest of it. The newer bit is going to be improved, but this bit is going to be kept how it is. And if we go all the way down here, we have not much, I don't believe. I don't think we've got that much down here. We've got a storage department, which that's not finished, I don't think. I think I started building this when we remodeled the original part of the city, because the mob tower was also my storage unit. I tore that down, had an absolute lag spike, which was really weird to look at. And then I was going to start a storage unit down here, which never got finished. And then up here we have what is currently the records department. It is very confusing what I was doing around here at the time. I think this was all built sort of January last year, I think. So in here, Emerald County expansion plans. This is every single idea that I've got for the world right now. And this may not seem like much considering how empty the bookshelves are. But some of these are really cool. Like a massive industrial unit with a nuclear power plant, which was a really big one. Fractures, that is a massive plan. I really, really want to do this. What it's going to be is like different parts of my world rebuilt. So maybe in a different colour, stuff like that. On islands floating in the sky. And the lore behind it is like EDF, which is like a big science researching facility that's like ruled over the entire world. They're going to have like some sort of nuclear accident, some sort of testing that went wrong. So like with the multiverse, and they accidentally drew in other universes into the actual Emerald County world. It's very, very cool. I do need to start playing that. I'm hoping to actually start that this year. And then here, brand new giant version of the Garden Island, because obviously we're covering up the old one. And I really loved that build, but I want to make it really good. Custom trees, massive farms, and instead of being a garden island, it's going to be like a farming facility area quite far away from the actual city. And let's look at one more. Let's look at, not that, because that is not one I want to do anymore. I don't want to use the villagers. Customize the mushroom island. I'm not doing that one either. The pink one, what's on this? What's in this one? Right. Animal pasture. Great. I just need to find one that's got detail in it, please. This one. Old railways and roads connecting Emerald City with the wasteland. That is actually one that has started being worked on. Random steampunk builds in the wasteland. Where's the EDF Origins? And now I'm stuck in this. Great. Where is the really good one? There's a really good plan around here somewhere. Is it this one? No, that's the industrial one. This one? There is a really good one in here. EDF Space Station in the end. That's what we're going to finish with. Forget the rest of the plans. All of these are for me to see, not really you guys. That's just a teaser of what is to come in the next few years. But now let's go over to the brand new EDF Dockyard. Because obviously I am covering up the old one and replacing it with this massive seawall, which is looking really, really cool. And out here is no longer going to be ocean. It's going to be sort of like a slum area, like a weaker part of the city. And it's going to be also a wasteland biome. So it's almost as if the entire city was raised up from the old Emerald City, which is EDF Origins. I've got to actually plan that out properly. But as you can see, the city comes all the way out here. And then as the sun sets, we are going to enter the brand new industrial dockyard for the entire Emerald County. And the brand new EDF headquarters, which is right there. So as you can see, this is the brand new dockyard. The city is going to run all the way out here and meet up with this brand new area. So right now, I have started a little bit of Emerald of the new headquarters, but this is not what it's going to look like. I am going to change that completely. I don't even know what style I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to do a massive version of the current one and just make it so much bigger. But it is so cool. This is going to be a really cool area once we start actually looking at it. And I cannot wait to get this project started. As you can see, we've got a lot of places to custom terraform. I'm pretty sure the headquarters is going to come all the way out here. And I believe the original plan was to take it out to that tree there. So it is going to be massive. But let's go back to the other side of Emerald City for the final part of the world tour. The area which is probably going to be rebuilt in the next year. Oh no. Oh, my elytra just broke. Oh, I've got a spare. Okay. So that's embarrassing. Anyway, let's just get back up. You will notice, guys, right now I am in peaceful mode. And some of you may not like me for that. But it's my world. This is a world tour. It's not an actual video. So I am going to go in peaceful first. So I'm just going to get to land. And this is so cool, seeing the underside of Emerald City. You can see where I got lazy and stopped doing the floors in the ground and just put them on top. It is really cool to see the underside of this city. But that, you can see that's EDF headquarters there. Which looks really weird. That's where the smoke's coming out of the street. There's the records department. Oh, that is a really, really weird thing to see. And you can see the old... Oh! I just got reminded of a really old idea. This is leading up to the Capitol building. This was built before Emerald City would even be a thing. This is originally going to be like the Capitol building, to be really high up, and then it'd be surrounded by sort of like the original Emerald City from Let's Play Minecraft Season 1. I've completely forgot this stuff was still here. The old city walls as well there. And the older, newer old city walls as well. That is really cool to see. But anyway, Emerald Manor, which is massively stolen from Dallas Med 65's main base. So coming over here, this is something I don't think I want to continue building. I want to make my own. Because this is very much not my build. This isn't completely taken from Dallas Med 65. And I want to make my own version of the world. I want to make a house where I start at one bit and we just expand it over time, see how big it can get. So I think it'd be really cool. But what I've got to remember is of the new direction of this world, which I'll talk about at the end of this tour. But let's go into the spruce forest, which again is going to be destroyed we have an old campsite here. I completely forgot that this existed. Oh my god, this was... When was this built? I think this may have been built after EDF headquarters. This is a really bad build considering when it was built. This is pretty drastic. There's some beds here. I might as well just sleep. I don't remember what I was trying to do with this. But anyway, we're just passing through the spruce forest to get to the newer projects which are going to be continued. That wasteland biome idea that I was talking about, of the city expanding out to, this is where it starts right now. This is what I've already done so far. And as you can see, it's already pretty big. So the main idea for this is to put loads of an old city, sort of like. So a massive old city, the original EDF headquarters, is going to be like sort of ruined. And what it's going to be is over here where this massive dirt platform is going to be a nuclear power plant, because my end portal is directly underneath this village. So what we're going to do is have a massive nuclear power plant owned by EDF headquarters. And what it's going to be is like that nuclear power plant blew up, ruining the entire city around it, leaving it abandoned, and then they built a new one over there, hidden, so that this was never known by the people. And this is from the mods I used to have in this world. But as you can see, this is again not a project I've finished at all. I do want to come back over this way because I've not done anything over here for ages. I've been so concentrated on the city. I actually want to go out and do some new projects as well. So that is something I'm probably going to do. The next episode is going to be an actual Emerald City video, getting everything prepared. But I'm going to come out here. I want to do some new stuff. And I also want to, and as I said earlier, we're going to talk about where Emerald County is going to go from now. I think I have mentioned a little bit before, but this is specific for this world rather than the entire channel. This is going to become a very sort of complicated world. I wanted to feel like an original Let's Play series for some parts, and then other parts I wanted to feel like the new Minecraft, the massive videos where I build skyscrapers, all that stuff. So Emerald City is going to be how modern Minecraft is on YouTube. It's like the I spent 100 days building a city, all that stuff. But then the new Emerald Manor, or whatever I call it, that's going to be like the original Let's Play series. That's going to be building sort of this natural Let's Play gameplay. So I'm going to build the original bit, and it's going to be like a slower paced video where I just build out new parts of it, and that feels like an entirely different series. And then we're going to have some really big sort of story videos, which are going to be the ones where I'm going to use shaders. And yes, shaders don't exist inside Bedrock yet officially, but I do have some add-ons down here which I can actually use. Some behavior packs. I believe the one I use is Realism Biomes, this one here, which makes it absolutely beautiful. I'm probably going to do a little montage at the beginning of this video for this, so you guys have probably already seen it. And it's going to be story driven, because YouTube, I'm going to discuss this more in a separate video. YouTube's a very different place to how it was a long time ago, and it is also very much become sort of corporized. It's become a very corporate sort of thing, especially with the size of MrBeast now. I mean, he's just done the Amazon Prime show, all that stuff. YouTube is very much becoming an online space, more than Netflix, rather than a actual place where people can show their passions. And I was watching some videos on this last night, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my channel focused on the you part of YouTube. It is like YouTube's here. I'm going to go deeper into this, and this might sound like me waffling. This is supposed to be a place where I can share my passion, my world, with you guys. And that's what I want to do. I want to show how cinematic Minecraft can be in whatever way I can. that's going to be really, really complicated. And Emerald County is going to be my way to show the old style of YouTube where one person can keep going, can match, not the level, but can compete in such a corporate niche on YouTube. I'm going to show that people can still do it. So I will actually be doing some new projects, actually. This is what I actually want to end this world tour on. I know it's an Emerald County world tour, but I'm going to do a cutaway bit. Not a cutaway, I'm going to do chapters. So right here, when I'm editing, Post Oliver, who is editing this video, this is where the new plans come in. So, what we are going to do in 2025 is going to be massive. As you guys already know, I'm going to return to Let's Play Minecraft Season 1 and try to turn that world into something like this. Except, this is in survival over a year and a half. Let's Play Minecraft Season 1 is going to be in creative. So I have no limits whatsoever, and I can see just how big it can go. I'm going to have the new modded series coming in as well, which is hopefully going to come in very, very soon. Because as you can see, I have... How many behavior packs do I have? I have 29 behavior packs right now. World builders, teleporting, farming add-ons. I'm going to buy some more as well. Make a modded survival series. And then City Skylines is going to be coming back as well. Because I know I said that I was going to wait. No, I was going to keep going until it came out. The sequel came out onto PlayStation. Obviously, it hasn't done that yet. And I stopped uploading on that. So I'm going to bring that back. And then, of course, Emerald County will become three completely different series. Emerald City, the massive modern-day Minecraft stuff. Emerald Manor, which will be like the old YouTube, the Let's Play style, like the people who want nostalgia. And the brand new massive plans, which will become the very cinematic videos, which I really can't wait to record. But I'm also really dreading editing because that is going to be very, very hard to do. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to finish this off with doing some little cinematics of this world, the City Skylines, just to show you everything that's coming next year. Anyway, guys, I have been Emerald Lord, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.